Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozorowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. It's Election Day in Wisconsin. Voters decide races ranging from the presidential primary to local school boards.
And our team is live across the region to bring you the latest on these local elections that could shape the future of our communities. Michael Germain live in Chippewa Falls, Jeremy Wall in the newsroom, and Allison Ferget will spotlight our La Crosse school board race. But first, it is an alert day on the weather front, so let's send things straight over to Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart for the latest. Greg?
Yeah, we still got the alert day that's going on right now throughout the night. It's really going to be the wind. It's going to be the story. We still got snow falling. It's going to be somewhat of a road issue as you go into tomorrow morning, but a lot depends on where you're at, elevation and snow rate. Right now we have winter storm warnings to the east of La Crosse, including Vernon County. Other areas, winter weather advisories up to about 6 additional inches, up to 8 to even more as you go further east. Now the brown is actually the wind advisory, because that's going to be the big story with the winds gusting potentially over 45 to 50 as we go throughout tomorrow. That'll include the snow. Overall road conditions mainly wet, but there are patches of slush. It just depends on how high that snow rate comes down in temperature, so that'll fluctuate pretty much all night long given the case. As you look right now, you can see where the bands are and the visibility. This is the wind right now. Visibility, you can see as we go throughout, there's some bands here and there that bring it back down to about a mile or a half mile. So overall, that's what we're going to plan out tonight. If you're south of Eau Claire, that's really going to be the story. It's going to be on and off slushy road covers as we go throughout. Areas north of them probably won't see much, but later on we're going to time out the winds when this actually snow all comes to completion, and when we're going to actually see the 50-degree mark in dry weather. That all coming up a little bit later in the broadcast.
All right, a lot to break down. Thank you, Greg. Well, in La Crosse, voters are choosing 3 new school board members. Originally, only 2 candidates were running in the 3-seat contest, but in the last couple of months, 7 write-in candidates jumped into the race.
News 8 Now's Allison Ferget is live at Hogan to explain why the write-in heavy election will mean a longer wait for official results. Allison.
Ken and Emily, it's still unclear who won a seat on La Crosse's school board. La Crosse beverage brand manager Tim Alberts pulled in close to 30% of the vote, and 18-year-old Central High School student Adam Manka winning almost 22% of the vote. Now, almost half of the votes went to write-in candidates, but we don't know how much each candidate has received, making it impossible to know who tonight's winners are. Election workers did tally up all the write-in votes, but now they head to the district, who will make the results official.
Those tally sheets are produced to the school district, and at the school district canvass, which is a few days after Election Day, they will declare the winner.
The school board canvass is set for Tuesday, April 9th, so La Crosse residents and the candidates themselves won't know who will be serving on the board until a week. Ken and Emily, back to you.
Right, Allison Ferget live in La Crosse. Thank you, Allison. All right, Chippewa Falls is one of 91 school districts with a referendum on a spring ballot, and theirs is asking voters for a $7.5 million 3-year referendum to keep up with expenses. Tonight, voters so far, it is a tight one, 51% voting in favor of this referendum. Now, should those results be official, voters will see a $5 yearly increase on their property taxes for every $100,000 of property value. And should it fail, the district has to cut about $2 million from the budget next year. But so far, and it's a close one, once again, very tight margins, but in favor.
The Chippewa Falls School Board has 3 registered candidates for 2 open seats. Tonight, those new members will look to navigate that projected deficit, even with a successful referendum tonight.
Now, News 8 Now's Michael Germain is live in Chippewa Falls. Oh, very nice umbrella, Michael. What did voters have to say about the items on their ballot tonight?
Yeah, Ken and Emily, just trying to stay warm out here, but obviously the polls across Wisconsin closed here at 8 p.m., but dozens of voters gathered here in Chippewa Falls at the Senior Center. But one of the main questions they were asking themselves is, will they be seeking approval for a $7.5 million referendum? Now, the district says the money will go towards operational and maintenance expenses to maintain staffing levels, programs, services, and facilities. Now, today's vote comes a little more than a month after the district met with parents. They were upset that they hadn't been notified of possible threats made by a middle school student back in October. But Superintendent Jeff Holmes told parents they hadn't been notified because the district didn't find the threats credible.
That's millions of dollars, and so I think everyone should vote according to their conscience. living within your means is one thing that a lot of people have to do. I'm not all that educated or informed about Chippewa Falls High School and in the district. So, I just encourage everyone to vote their conscience on that.
Now, if it passes, the district says it could provide more opportunities for students while still being able to retain and hire quality staff members. But if it fails, the school district could see an increase in class sizes and possible staff reductions. Now, I spoke with poll officials here today, and they expect that the results will be in tomorrow early afternoon to late afternoon tomorrow. Now, reporting live in Chippewa Falls, Michael Germain, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Michael. Voters in Vernon and Crawford counties are also deciding on a referendum, $4.8 million over 4 years to maintain staff and programs for the DeSoto area school district. And right here, 68% right now voting no. And this one is a costly referendum. $225 proposed property tax increase for every $100,000 of property value.
So far, it's the district also has 3 seats open for its board. 2 of them have candidates running unopposed. The seat for Town of Bergen's board member is over. Yeah. The DeSoto referendum comes on the heels of a difficult year for the district, not only financially, but also internally. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall is live in the newsroom with the details. Jeremy.
Well, Ken and Emily, the vote today follows an upset earlier this year by parents following the controversy of the Stoddard Elementary School principal Derek Folsang. Voters we spoke to today had mixed reactions about both the referendum and the personnel issues within the district. Frank Fogel, a Stoddard resident we met this afternoon, says he only learned about the referendum yesterday.
We need to revamp the whole thing because there was some shady dealings, and I don't trust the way things were handled with the school board.
Now, according to Superintendent Lindsey Groning, if this referendum fails, the district will have to decide what programs to cut and whether to replace staff or not. Live in the newsroom, Jeremy Wall, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Jeremy.
Another major school district referendum is in the Sparta area. This year, the district asking for a $1.5 million referendum over 2 years for maintenance, safety, and staffing. The district is facing budget cuts even with a successful referendum. If successful, it'd be about an $84 a year hike in property taxes. Still waiting on those official results from the Sparta area school district.
Political analysts say these kind of school races will drive pockets of communities to the polls, but the main driver of voter turnout is most often the presidential primary. But this year is different. Both Joe Biden and Donald Trump have already secured enough delegates from previous primaries to win party nominations. So there's no mystery as to who's running for president this fall. Wisconsin's delegates are essentially moot tonight. Republican voters in the state tonight supporting Trump
78% so far. Meanwhile, the Democratic field has settled on 4 more years of President Biden, and Wisconsin Democrats tonight supporting the president overwhelmingly at 88%. Now, there is a small contingency of pro-Palestine voters who urged people to vote uninstructed. So far, 9% reporting in that category. Those voters don't approve of Biden's handling of the war in Gaza and want to send a message to Biden tonight with their votes.
Movements like that could be significant because Wisconsin is a swing state and was decided by about 20,000 votes last presidential election. And political analysts like Anthony Chergowski says both Trump and Biden will need to work hard to keep Wisconsin voters engaged over the next 7 months.
And that's why Biden has made 2 stops in Wisconsin already this year. Trump, meanwhile, in Green Bay today for his first state visit in 2 years. During his speech, Trump repeated false claims that he won the Badger State in 2020, which are completely unfounded. Trump also focused on immigration, criticizing how the Biden administration has handled the southern border.
No country can sustain what's happening. We are being invaded. Think of it, the legions and legions of Biden migrants pouring into it's really becoming a third world country. We are actually becoming, if you think about it, a third world country.
Both candidates are leaning into major national talking points and campaign messaging. The Biden campaign was focused today on abortion, launching a new ad 1 day after Florida's Supreme Court cleared the way for a 6-week abortion ban.
Donald Trump doesn't trust women. I do.
Biden has vowed to restore Roe v. Wade as the law of the land in America. The president will visit Madison next Monday.
So an unconventional spring election for Wisconsin because we already knew the presidential candidates. There's also no state Supreme Court race this year, whereas last year the state saw record spending in the race that Janet Protasewicz ultimately won. But some municipalities do have judicial elections today. In La Crosse County, one of them electing a circuit court judge for a full 6-year term.
Mark Huseman leads Candace Tillestach by several thousand votes with 92% reporting. Governor Evers appointed Huseman last summer to finish out Todd Bierke's term. He was Bierke's court commissioner for 16 years. Tillestach is an experienced trial lawyer and was appointed by former Governor Scott Walker in 2015 to finish a brief term on Branch 5. Tonight, Huseman feeling content about running a clean campaign.
I also ran a very positive campaign, and I think that resonated with the public. It's a little troubling when we have outside dark money that comes into a local, nonpartisan judicial race, and let's hope that this just isn't a new trend because it's troubling.
Huseman there referring to a right-wing mailer supporting Tillestach that depicted Huseman visually as the devil. Tillestach did not specifically condemn that mailer, but did say in an interview she does not approve of negative ads.
More election night results after this.
At Bygoff and Rohde, we know reputation is important, and it can affect your case's outcome. If you want your case to be taken seriously, you need lawyers who are taken seriously. Bygoff and Rohde, serious injuries need serious lawyers.
We've all seen what's happening at our border. President Biden and Senator Baldwin's open border policy has brought more than 10 million illegal immigrants into our country. That's double the population of Wisconsin. Our country was already struggling to provide housing and health care to our citizens. And tragically, we're losing over 100,000 Americans a year to the drugs that pour over our open border. Their policy is wrong. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message, and I'll work to fix this problem.
You're thinking about new windows and doors. I've been thinking about new windows and doors for over 40 years. You're thinking about the best window at the best price. I'm thinking about the best window at the best price for you. The best quality installed by professional installers at a fair price. If you're planning new windows and doors, you owe it to yourself to contact the Borchdor Home Improvements for a prompt free estimate. You'll be glad you did. Contact us today.
Is your personal injury lawyer trying to sell you a settlement that you don't think is fair? You need a lawyer who won't settle your case just to move on to the next one. Get the full compensation you deserve. Get Bygoff and Rohde.
Wisconsin voters had 2 questions on their ballots tonight that could change the state's constitution, and both deal with administering elections. The first one is a decision on whether to ban private donations to pay for election work. And before we stepped out on set, it was about 51% reporting. So the numbers probably updating just a little bit, but currently 54% in favor of that constitutional amendment that would ban those private funds. And that is based on a 2020 report that Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg donated millions to a Chicago civics nonprofit, and some of that money was then shared with Wisconsin towns who used it to train poll workers. Republican leaders like Senator Ron Johnson have said voters should have voted yes for this to get Zuckerbucks out of state elections.
The second question, should only election officials designated by law be allowed to perform election-related tasks? Right now, 58% are voting for yes and 42% are for no. This amendment would essentially confirm what is already state law. Election officials are already vetted because they're nominated by both major parties and approved by municipality officials.
Over to Viroqua's mayoral race, incumbent Justin Running looking to hold his position against Patrick Robbins, and he's certainly in good shape there. 843 votes in favor of him.
Now to Eau Claire's council member District 2 election, Brian Trowbridge is taking on incumbent Emily Anderson, and that is 65%, is currently in the lead with Trowbridge
at 35%. That's right.
Well, trails with, yep.
And in Eau Claire's council member election for District 5, Mary Partlow taking on Andrew Worthman. Worthman coming out ahead 70% to 30 for Partlow.
In an Eau Claire School Board election, 4 candidates are running for 2 open seat. Incumbents Joshua Clements and Erica Zur are trying to hold their spots as Heidi Herrings and Kathleen Kivlin try to take the open spots. Currently, go ahead, Ken.
Sure. Joshua Clements leading at 30% with Erica Zur at 29% for those two. Still ahead, the La Crosse Area YMCA hosting its annual meeting today.
And 6 community members were honored for their volunteer efforts and hard work.
And we still got the snow and the wind to come throughout Wednesday. I'll time out when those winds will actually begin to die down and when the snow will come to an end as long as the wind will dry out. All that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
At Ashley Spring Semi-Annual Sale, you can spring into savings with Hot Buy $7.99 and under. Plus, shop our Spring Sofa Sale with 0% interest until April 2029 on in-store purchases. Hurry in and meet the all-new Ashley today.
Jolivet Family Farms, known for farm fresh fruit and vegetables, but featuring so much more. Come see all that we have. Homemade bakery, large selection of locally produced honey, gourmet popcorn, craft beer, wine, and cheese, meat and seafood, arts and crafts, and so much more. There is no substitute for homegrown freshness. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
The farming industry is an integral part of our community, and it is important to us to help them thrive and grow.
My relationship with Chad has been very special. We've been doing this 20+ years now, and it's just been a pleasure to work with him. Online banking just makes life so much easier. It's right at my fingertips. I would highly recommend my friends and family to bank with Union State Bank.
Union State Bank, where customers and community come first. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. Whether you're ready to work in the yard, tackle a project, or enjoy family time, we get you the right products at the right prices. Right now, Rewards members get a free $10 gift card with $100 spent on Estate fertilizer, like $10 off all new Estate Premium 4-in-1 lawn treatment with 4 benefits: crabgrass prevention and contact killer, broadleaf weed control, and lawn fertilizer all in one application. We get you outdoors because we get you at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Find happiness. Find something familiar and new. Find connection. Find culture. Find community. Find yourself at the La Crosse Symphony.
Join the La Crosse Symphony Orchestra for the Ultimate Movie Night, Saturday, April 6th, sponsored by ISG. Get your tickets now at lacrossesymphony.org.
Meet the all-new Ashley. Discover new styles in remodeled stores, offering everything you need to create inspired spaces. From our store to your door. The new Ashley. It's the love of home.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
You may have seen teal ribbons tied around trees in various areas of La Crosse.
That's because April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Mayor Mitch Reynolds held his annual proclamation this afternoon at the New Horizons Shelter and Outreach Centers, acknowledging the realities of sexual violence in our community.
Reynolds called upon individuals and organizations to use their collective voice in preventing sexual abuse by building equity in our community.
He said symptoms of oppression such as racism, sexism, and classism contribute to higher rates of sexual harassments.
And of course, you could see in that video, there was a lot of snow coming down
still
in this region. Let's get the latest from our chief meteorologist, Greg Barnhart.
Yeah, we still got about another 24 hours really of the snow and the wind, and then we'll start seeing some tail off towards Thursday morning. But for tonight, it's the snow and the wind. It's really going to be the road conditions. They're going to be back and forth between slushy, wet, just depends on snow rate. But the wind also will be the main factor. So that's what we're looking at for tonight. The morning commute, slushy, snow covered. I think that's going to be probably the main issue, especially in less traveled areas or roads. And then Wednesday, tomorrow evening's commute looks to be just windy, but I think a lot of areas will be just wet. The wind will be the story. Here's your wind advisories through about 10 p.m. tomorrow. We're looking at winds getting up to 45 to maybe 50 miles gusts potentially in the afternoon through the evening hours. Now your winter weather advisories, got all the breath there. We're looking at actually the winter storm warnings out to the east. We have winter weather advisories to the east of us, and then overall other areas will see some accumulation, but we'll see a lot of this begin to tail off, especially after about 10 a.m. tomorrow. As we look at the winds, look at the one thing to note is the visibility as it goes down between 1 to 5 miles. That's when we're going to start seeing some problems on the roads, especially in these pockets where it gets half mile or less. And as you wake up tomorrow morning, it's really La Crosse southward that we're seeing it. Further north, not as bad as you go up to Eau Claire. It'll just be on and off light snow, but we'll start seeing these bands continue. And then as we get through about noon, it'll start to become more showery or begin to see some breaks in the snow. So occasionally the visibility will drop, but it won't be as bad. The wind will be the story really as we get through there. And then throughout the evening, still continue to be on and off snow, but there will be breaks. Even occasionally you might see it pop up to being like a light rain or light snow mix. Visibility is generally okay. Road conditions will probably be wet at this time. And then really as we get to 8 or 9, it becomes more scattered showers. And that's about what we'll see. Overall snow amounts through about 7 a.m. We're looking generally at about 1 to 2 inches for a lot of areas west. As you go further east, you can see 2 to 4, potentially even more. Now tomorrow we won't see a lot of snow, especially further north you go, up to Eau Claire, maybe a dusting to a half, areas to the south 1 to 2, and then higher elevations, especially as you go further east, maybe 2 to 4, but it'll start to wrap up a little bit with accumulations. And then the one story we really got to focus on is the winds. 20 to 25 starting out the day, but by the time we get to early in about noon, we're looking at 25 to potentially 30 sustained, not gusts out of the north. These winds will continue through the afternoon hours and then even the evening hours, although they may reduce a little bit. So if you're going west to east, you're definitely going to feel that crosswind going on. If you get caught in some of these snow showers, you might see reduced visibility because of the wind. As we go into Thursday, we're going to start seeing the winds decrease, but still winds look kind of breezy as we go through Thursday, so that won't go away quite a bit. But for tonight, it's really going to be the on and off snow. Road conditions wet, just depends on where you're at in the snow rates, but the temperature should remain at or close to freezing, so we're not going to look at any of that. Then as tomorrow, it's going to be the on and off snow. The wind will be the bigger story. Road conditions probably worse in the morning, not as bad as we go through noon and the afternoon hours. The wind will continue on Thursday with a few rain or snow showers, and the dry conditions return for Friday. We look at Saturday, 50s. Rain chance comes back for the second half of the weekend, with 60s coming back next week. So we just got to get through the next 24 hours, 36 hours, and we'll be back to spring.
All right, that sounds like good news.
Yes.
Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Bucks were wrapping up their road trip tonight in the nation's capital. Plus, one of the state's best basketball players taking his talents to the next level. Find out where the 3-time Conference Player of the Year is headed, courtesy of Rob Schiff.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin, with 6 locations of fun.
We forge steel bars that hold up bridges, propel ships, and send rockets into space.
But for years, China's been lowballing their prices, so it's been tough to compete.
We can't let China steal Wisconsin jobs, so I wrote a law to require American infrastructure projects use American iron and steel.
Tammy Baldwin got President Trump to sign her Made in America bill.
And then she got President Biden to make it permanent.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
Tammy Baldwin has our back.
Get an 11% rebate on Minwax products from Menards. Protect your projects with a top coat finish. Fast-drying polyurethane provides long-lasting protection for all types of wood surfaces. A quart is on sale for $14.48 plus 11% rebate. Minwax polyacrylic is a fast-drying, water-based protective wood finish that adds beauty to woodwork, furniture, doors, and cabinets. A quart is on sale for $20.78 plus 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Find happiness. Find something familiar and new. Find connection. Find culture. Find community. Find yourself at the La Crosse Symphony.
Join the La Crosse Symphony Orchestra for the Ultimate Movie Night, Saturday, April 6th, sponsored by ISG. Get your tickets now at lacrossesymphony.org.
Who isn't ready for spring? An up to 50% off list. It's the spring home sale, and big deals are everywhere at Slumberland Furniture. Like this trending comfy sectional for just $15.95. Or update your living room for just $4.75. Spring into a comfy La-Z-Boy recliner for just $3.98. You'll find great deals in every department at up to 50% off list, including this cool to the touch mattress. Plus, pay no interest for 3 years at our big spring home sale now at Slumberland.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
GET's Cody Schmitz made the absolute most of his high school career. Now the three-time Cooley Conference Player of the Year is closing one chapter while starting a brand new one. The leader of the Red Hawks making the announcement official this afternoon in the library at GET High. Friends, family, coaches all on hand as Schmitz officially commits to Northern Michigan University. The senior will head to Marquette, Michigan to play for the Wildcats. And what a legacy he leaves behind in Galesville. Over 2,600 points in his high school career. Schmitz averaging just over 30 points a game in his final season as he led GET to the sectional finals in Division III. But now the focus shifts to the next level. Schmitz says he's more than ready for the challenge.
I'm a big competitor. I just want to play games. I just want to have fun, and I'm ready for this next level of ball. I had a lot of fun in high school, so I know I'll have a lot of fun in college. I know it's going to be a hard step. I know it's going to be a lot tougher competition, but I'm going to be confident as ever. I'm going to come in, and I know my stuff works, so I'm going to work hard, and hopefully I can back it up on the court.
We will see. Schmitz's high school career isn't quite over just yet. The senior will also be on the track this spring for his final year as a Red Hawk. Brewers looking to stay perfect on the season. They were hosting the Twins in their home opener this afternoon. The rookie gets the crew on the board. Jackson Churio makes it 1-0 Milwaukee. And then in the third, stay hot, Christian Yelich. Yelly crushes one to deep center. Solo shot, his second homer of the season. It's 2-0 Brewers. Later in the inning, 2 on for Bryce Terang. He shoots one the other way. That gets down for a base hit. Brewers tack on another and take a 3-0 lead. Minnesota would cut it to 1, but then in the 8th, the Brewers flashing some leather here. Oliver Dunn laying out for the grab. Love that. And then in the 9th, Abner Uribe on for the save. Tying run at first, but some more great D from the crew. Big time double play. Brewers make it 4 straight. They get the win in their home opener, 3-2, the final. Bucks wrapping up their road trip tonight in the nation's capital, taking on the Wizards. Second quarter, Chris Middleton puts it in, +1. We're tied at 45. Other end, though, Washington on the run. Corey Kispert connects from 3. Wizards go back on top. And in the third, home team rolling. Jordan Poole flips at home, plus the foul, 14-point lead. Bucks battling back, though. Jay Crowder, corner 3 is good. That cuts it to 5. Fourth quarter now, Wizards pulling away again. Hoop plus the harm, tough shot falls. Home team back up a dozen. Bucks not done yet, though. Less than 8 to play. Giannis spinning and winning for 2 of his game-high 35 on the night. But in the end, it is not enough. Wizards pulling away for good. Another 3 from Kispert. Bucks drop 2 out of 3 on their road trip as they fall to the Wizards 117 to 113. Wolves had their 4-game winning streak snapped the other night. Minnesota looking to start a new one at home tonight against Houston. Naz Reid having himself a night. We're tied at 43. Then later in the half, off the miss, Wolves get the rebound. Reid in the right place at the right time. Minnesota goes up 7. Third quarter now, Reid stays red hot. This time from downtown, a team-high 25 points on the night. Wolves go up 9. Rockets respond, though, on the break. Cam Whitmore is going to throw it down. That cuts it to 3. Then with less than 2 minutes to play, Fred VanVleet knocks down the triple. It's a 1-point game, but that's when Anthony Edwards takes over. We have liftoff. And two-hand jam puts the Wolves up 5. And he's off to the races again. Dagger slam. Wolves get back in the win column 113 to 106. That guy is unbelievable.
Highlight reel.
He sure is.
Thanks, Rob.
You got it.
We'll be right back
for the
after
Rockets,
this.
but I like those uniforms, the Timberwolves. All right, we'll be right back after this.
Life's busy. Off is not an option. You need to be on. On time, on the go, on the call, or just ready to play on. Life's waiting. Power on with Batteries Plus. Visit one of over 700 locations today.
When we at Riverbank made our new youth savings account, we wanted to learn more about how kids thought about money. So we went right to the source. Our first question was, how much money do your parents spend in a year?
$16.
Okay.
25. More than 100. 105. 3,000.
Riverbank, local banking made simple.
Introducing Ultimate Precision LLC, your trusted partner for precision craftsmanship. From interior to exterior, our expert painters bring life to your vision with impeccable precision. Our masonry and building restoration team breathes new life into the old, preserving history for generations to come. We're the masters of tuck pointing, securing your structure's integrity one brick at a time. Ultimate Precision LLC, where craftsmanship meets perfection. We're here to deliver the ultimate precision.
Quality time with Taco John's. You never forget the big moments. Like the moment when you devour your very first slice of Taco John's one-of-a-kind new taco pizza. Or your very second slice. Or your eighth. With 7 layers of beefy, cheesy, fiesta saucy taco toppings atop a crispy oven-baked crust, this might even be the most momentous, meaningful experience of your life. That or your wedding or whatever, both are pretty life-changing. New taco pizza is here for a limited time, only at Taco John's.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right all year round. Right now, bring home select VX and L Series tractors for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months. Contact your Kubota dealer for details.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships in Menominee, Baldwin, Osseo, and Arcadia.
Batteries Plus has the national scale for all your power needs and a dedicated expert for the local support you want. Power on with Batteries Plus Business.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Today marked the start of UWL's 8th annual Social Justice Week.
The event starts today and will continue through this Thursday, April 4th.
Now, the idea is for UWL professors and other staff to showcase what research they're doing in relation to a selected theme.
This year's theme is Building Belonging, Identities Shaping Communities. This week will feature different diversity and inclusion events and keynote speakers.
We'll have more information on how to get involved if you're so inclined on our digital platforms.
We'll be right back after this.
See the stories you missed or watch them again on our YouTube page. Or find us at news8000.com.
Pilgrims is growing, and we want you to be part of a successful, stable, and safe company. We're offering higher wages and more pay incentives than ever before. Stop into our recruitment office any day to apply, or walk in on Wednesdays for an immediate interview. Help us feed the world while we provide you a safe work environment, stable and essential employment, and steady pay. Apply at pilgrims.com today or anytime at 502 West Main Street, Arcadia, Wisconsin.
Hey, Dominic here, and I want to show you 2 easy recipes using our chicken please-me. For a slow cooker turkey breast, lightly coat a 3 to 4 pound turkey breast with chicken please-me. Melt a stick of butter and slowly pour it over the turkey breast while in the slow cooker. Cover and cook on high for 3 hours. For a delicious pork tenderloin, lightly coat it with chicken please-me, set the smoker or oven to 225 and cook for an hour and a half. Get your 37 blends at the Pleasing Outlet Store on Ward Avenue, La Crosse. Chicken please-me, not just for chicken.
For over 40 years, La Crosse Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CEHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
My doctor says I need an MRI. But where do I go? They're so expensive.
Sensible MRI costs a few hundred, not thousands. You could fill your fridge for a year with what you save. We can get you in the next day. Think of what you could do with the time you'd save. What do you have to lose? At Sensible MRI, you choose the time, you save the money. And you rest easy having your doctor refer you to Sensible MRI.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum. Spectrum Internet offers speed and reliability, while advanced Wi-Fi gives you best-in-class security for all your connected devices. And Spectrum Mobile delivers unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G included. Switch now and get Spectrum Internet for $49.99, plus advanced Wi-Fi and one Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line free for 12 months. Start saving today. Visit Spectrum.com, a Spectrum store, or scan to call now.
Well, if we look at radar, it almost looks like we have a hurricane to the left there, and we got bands coming around it, because that's kind of what we're seeing overnight is bands of snow coming through. That'll reduce the visibility occasionally down to a mile, so then you'll start seeing roads get slushy. When they pass, they'll start improving, and we'll see that throughout all the day tomorrow, along with the wind. It'll be sustained at least 30, in some areas even higher.
Okay, everyone be careful out there tomorrow.
That's right. Thanks for joining us tonight.
We'll see you tomorrow.